Well, back here at home, an essay written by the daughter of the late Canadian author Alice Munro is sending shockwaves through the literary community. Andrea Robin Skinner says that her stepfather sexually abused her as a child and that Munro chose to support him instead of her. The CBC's Vanessa Lee has the story and a warning. It includes details of sexual assault.
Travis, it was a heart-wrenching essay in the Toronto Star. Andrea Robin Skinner describes how she was first sexually abused by her stepfather Gerald Fremlin when she was 9. She says when she eventually told her mother Alice Munro, Munro reacted as if she had learned of an infidelity. And when she tried to tell her how much the abuse had hurt her, Munro was incredulous. She reportedly reacted with, "But you were such a happy child." Munro left Fremlin temporarily but went back to him and stayed with him until he died in 2013. Here is a direct quote from Andrea Skinner in reference to her mother. She said that she had been told too late, she loved him too much, and that our misogynistic culture was to blame if I expected her to deny her own needs, sacrifice for her children, and make up for the failings of men. She was adamant that whatever had happened was between me and my stepfather. It had nothing to do with her. Skinner says no one did anything to stop the abuse. She addresses the trauma she suffered in a documentary posted by the Gatehouse, a Toronto organization which supports survivors of childhood sexual abuse.
I felt really devalued and even dehumanized by not just my abuser, but all of the significant people of my life.
Skinner says the abuse was an open secret in the Munro family for years and led to estrangement from her entire family. She is now 58 years old and has since reconciled with her siblings, but never with her mother, who died in May. Vanessa Lee, CBC News, Montreal.
Well, my next guest has worked with Andrea and her siblings for quite some time on this. Arthur Lockhart is the founder of the Gatehouse, an organization that provides support for those affected by childhood sexual abuse. And he joins me now from Toronto. Thanks for being here.
Good to be here.
I first want to know how Andrea and her family are doing.
Really well, really strong, and having their voice heard is extremely powerful for them and for so many other people. So they're doing quite well at this point in time.
And I wonder if you've talked to her about why she wanted to come out in this way so publicly about this situation, which is so personal.
I think the issue is a person's voice being heard, and in a way that many other people who've come through the Gatehouse have the same scenario where they want their voice to be heard, that it helps them in their healing journey. And what is unique in the area of trauma related to childhood sexual abuse is they'll often say, and I want to help other people who are going through the same traumas. So that's what we really want to focus on. There are many reasons why people delay or hold back the trauma that they're going through. And so the timing is their timing.
And it's individual for every single person, I guess, who goes through something like this. But do you think that her mother's death had a bearing on this situation, and that the timing was specific after her mother's death?
I think the timing is specifically related to Andrea's journey of healing. Mm-hmm. And that I think we want to be able to focus on that this person, Andrea, is coming forward in such a way that her voice, her story is being out there for other people to say, yes, I've experienced this as well, and I want to come forward. I want to go through a healing journey. So I think that's really where we want to focus it.
What impact could a secret like this, one that has been kept for so many years, have on a family?
Devastating. Families fall apart. People go on their unique journey of dealing with the trauma or not dealing with the trauma. Often it can be like having an invisible knapsack, and you're storing in all a lot of pain and anguish and suffering. And that can lead a person down a great many pathways. And so it's just that. It can be absolutely devastating. And that's what happens in these families.
Tell me a little bit about the work that you do at the Gatehouse and how you try to really help with some of the trauma that not only Andrea has been feeling, but others have been feeling as well that go through your organization.
I think one of the unique things about the Gatehouse and what we've been doing for the past 25 plus years is creating a space and a process where somebody is seen as a person, a whole person, a person who also has had trauma in their life. So that we often say coming up those 5 steps into the Gatehouse is the longest short walk they'll ever take. It takes tremendous courage for people to come forward to share this story. And that's what we do. We create a process where we listen to them, and we go through very specific components over a 15-week period with the folks. And we see people go from absolute apprehension to an experience of transformation. One of the most common themes from people coming and sharing their stories is that their story, as it gets told, helps them, of course. But what is really powerful as well, their story invites other people to come forward with their stories. And what happens at the Gatehouse, there are groups that are facilitated by people with lived experience and who have gone through different forms of training and self-discovery in such a way that they can help facilitate group discussions. It's very unique and it's extremely powerful. So I just want to reiterate that one point, that people such as Andrea, their story helps another human being that they may never ever meet in their life. And we need to have more of these kinds of processes available in our country.
And just finally, to wrap up, I wonder if you have a message that you'd like families or an individual who has possibly experienced childhood sexual abuse and are struggling to reconcile and heal what this all means, what your message would be to that person or those people?
That's a great question. That the person is not alone. That there are people who are out there, such as the Gatehouse, waiting and willing to be with them, to walk with them as they get stronger, so that they may feel apprehensive, they may feel that they're the only person that this has happened to, but no, there are people out there who are willing and waiting to be with them and walk with them as they get stronger.
Arthur, appreciate your time tonight. That is Arthur Lockhart, the founder of the Gatehouse, an organization that provides support for those impacted by childhood sexual abuse. And there is support for anyone who has been sexually assaulted. You can find a list of resources at endingviolencecanada.org. And young people can reach out to Kids Help Phone by calling or texting the number on your screen. If you're in immediate danger and you fear your safety, you can always call 911.